Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. We are playing red-green land destruction again. Uh, or not. We are playing Familiar Storm. I made an edit to the Familiar Storm deck which made it default. We are playing against Delver. That will be interesting. So, Familiar Storm versus Delver. That's what we are doing today. Cloud of Faeries. So now he really needs to counter the Familiar, which he can do. And this is the situation where... No, but he cast the ninja. That's such a critical mistake here. Ooh, wow. If he... Oh, even Daze won't save him now. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, then I can play the Familiar, have mana left for... Oh, wow. Oh, maybe he can bounce the Familiar. In that case, he is not... It's not as bad for him. But if he can't get past the Familiar now, he's in trouble. He's looking for his bounce. And I can just start dropping Mulldrifters now, which is always the key to beating Delver. So, is there a snap in my future? No, there's not. Uh-oh, poor Delver deck. He really needed to stop that Familiar. And this is what I like with the Familiar Storm compared to the other Temporal Storm decks, that this deck has something going even when the combo isn't there right now. So now I built a wall of creatures. And I can happily just card advantage away. Though I would like a black mana for my Nightscape Familiars. Okay. Do I want Mulldrifter dead? I think one of his keys to victory here is the ninja. It's so hard to get through me, but I just have more Mulldrifters, so not too afraid of that. Not too afraid of that guy, nor that guy. And there's another Familiar. So now Mulldrifter costs only 3, and that seems to be the good deal here. So I think the play is to... I could go Deep Analysis, Compulsive Research, but I'm gonna cast another Mulldrifter. And there's the Flicker and the Cloud of Faeries. Now we might draw into a Temporal Fissure and just bounce his entire board. Let's see what happens. Compulsive Research costs 1, Deep Analysis costs 2. I've been told this is a very good matchup for... that my deck is just faster. It's just too fast for him to be able to crush us. There's another ninja. Yeah, one shot, draw one card. I will draw more cards than that, sir. The question is, how many cards will I be drawing? We shall see. So I will play Cloud of Faeries for 1 blue mana. Untap these guys. Then I will play Cloud of Faeries. for 1 blue mana. I'm tapping these guys again. Okay, what will I do then? I still haven't got white mana, so I might as well flicker. For some cards. I'm tapping these guys. There's a snap. I could snap the Spy Golem. Why? Let's look at some cards. There's the Chancery, and I want that in play. But I already played the land. There's another Familiar. So now we have a 3 mana discount on blue spells. That means we can cast Deep Analysis. Mulldrifter, perhaps. Some more cards. Okay, snapping something. What are we snapping? We're snapping Cloud of Faeries. Untapping 2 lands. Tapping them again. Playing Cloud of Faeries. Compulsive Research. We are discarding the island. Playing Seagate Oracle. Looking at the Mnemonic Wall, seems like a pretty good card, and it's broken now. So we can get Eternal Mana here, I think. Fetching Ghostly Flicker. Yes, I'm gonna flicker the wall and the Cloud of Faeries. Getting that flicker. This is just broken. Getting some mana in the process. Yes. And we can flicker again. Fetching that flicker. Are we really getting mana in this process? We're using... of course we are. Yes. Flickering the wall and the fairies. Getting that flicker. Wow, this is such a fun deck to play against. Yes. Flicker wall. Okay, maybe now we should go for some cards. 10 mana, is that enough? Yeah, I think we should be going for some cards. So we cast a 1 mana Deep Analysis. See what we find. We find more flickers. So then we can go for mana. Untap the lands. Getting flicker back. Is there any way we can draw more cards? Yes, we can flicker wall Mulldrifter. Finding crap. But we can do that again. Flicking wall Mulldrifter. Getting back flicker. And that card, which should be pretty broken now. So we'll cast that. And this is the hard part, I think. Okay, we got to find... This is Temporal Fissure number 2. It will target this land. And this is Temporal Fissure number... The scrolling is just horrible. This Temporal Fissure number 3 will target that land. There must be a faster way to do it. Temporal Fissure number 4 will target this land. Temporal Fissure number 5 will target this land. Temporal Fissure number 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, is there a way to do this better? Okay, I start from the other end. This guy will target that guy. This guy will target Phantasmal Bear, which will kill him. And this guy will target Cloud of Faeries, and that should be all. Okay, now I can target my own stuff as well. So I target Cloud of Faeries and Cloud of Faeries. And then I'm happy, I think. Oh, okay, I can do it this way. That seems much more easy. Okay, did I do this right? I don't know if I did this right. I seem to have gotten the lands anyway. Yeah, I did it right, though in a bit of a dirtly way. Think he should have a turn now. Playing Cloud of Faeries. And playing Cloud of Faeries. Playing this guy randomly. Am I done here? I think he could have a turn, but why give him turns when you don't want to? Do I still have to hit him at some point? So I think I could be done here. Discard a couple of lands and just be happy. Because I need to hit him as well. So let's discard lands. And a Nightscape. And let him play for a while. Did I even attack in that round? I'm not sure. So now first we need to attack. And do some damage. Winning with a horde of crap. Made him discard a lot of islands. Another Temporal Fissure. Okay, who can attack? Everybody who can attack, line up and hit him. Alright, we need to get that land back to his hand. So we're gonna do that by casting some stuff. We're gonna need to flicker a wall on a Cloud of Faeries. Getting back Ghostly Flicker. And I'm tapping these two lands. Yes, I want to use the ability. I will cast Ghostly Flicker again. The wall and the Cloud of Faeries. Getting back Ghostly Flicker. This is so repetitive. And I'm tapping two lands. Or not. It's so easy to misclick this. But you can just do it again. So we're getting back Ghostly Flicker. Like that, yes please. And now we're gonna untap two lands. Yes. Okay, and now we can cast Temporal Fissure on that thing. What else do we want to Temporal Fissure? We want to Temporal Fissure Cloud of Faeries. Cloud of Faeries. Seagate Oracle perhaps? Well, and then we play Cloud of Faeries. I'm tapping two land. And now we play Nightscape Familiar. And Nightscape Familiar. And Cloud of Faeries. No, it's Seagate Oracle. Taking Deep Analysis, throwing that away, and we are pretty much done because he has no permanent. We have one more power in play now, so we will just attack, make sure he doesn't have any permanents, and then win. So we are doing 10 here, so if we just played that Cloud of Faeries last turn, we would have won. But I don't think we need to do anything here. We can just ship the turn and then attack. So 1-0 for Familiar Storm against Delver. So what's the sideboard plan? If he doesn't run away. The sideboard plan against Delver. A notepad is loading. Check out our site in the meantime at geostrat.com. Here is... we don't sideboard anything for Delver. No Duress, no Seagate Oracle, no Temporal Fissure. We just go. Because they have no true removal. We don't need Reaping the Graves. This is new, Reaping the Graves in the sideboard. I took out the Lone Missionary. Or I actually put the Lone Missionary in the deck. Took out the 4th Seagate Oracle. Because I figured that Seagate Oracle and Lone Missionary are helpful against somewhat the same decks. Lone Missionary is good against aggro as well. So that left me space in the sideboard for Reaping the Graves. And this was based off a 4-0 list whose name I forget right now. So you should aggressively mulligan this deck, people have told me. But I think I now have fairies, I've land, I need a familiar too. But I'm gonna keep this. So I could go for white mana with Evolving Wilds. This might actually be exactly the hand that loses Delver. So let's try it out. I'm going for white mana here. Then I have white, blue and black. Yeah, Cloud of Faeries, awesome card. And I'm going to play the Aqueduct and be done, basically, now. Throwing away Deep Analysis. When it's my time to discard. Yes! So, next mana, Cloud of Faeries will net me 1 mana. And snap, I can actually cast the Temporal Fissure by snap and Cloud of Faeries next turn, right? Oh, I could do it now. But there's not much need to do that. Or do I want that Mulldrifter in play? Maybe I do. Well, let's try it. It'll probably counter the Cloud of Faeries. Yep. With the spell status right even for added insult. So this is the way he wins, keeping me down. He has a long way to go. Yeah. And now he has an active ninja as well. And we know he has spell status sprite, so anything we have that casts 2 doesn't work. So we can double snap here. Which is interesting. We snap the ninja and then we snap the sprite. And that actually nets us some mana. And then we can cast the Mulldrifter. So let's try that. So snap on the ninja. Spell status sprite comes into play. Snap on the spell status sprite. Untap 2 lands. Tap 2 lands. Spells that the sprite tries to counter stuff. Untap 2 lands. And tap 2 lands. And we can now actually bounce his entire board. Is that what we want to do? Seems much more powerful than playing a Mulldrifter. So we get... Oh, we didn't get enough copies. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So can I do like this? Yes, I could. Well, at least we will be able to cast the Mulldrifter next turn. And he will have some discarding to do. But he has a full grip. And I have one card. So at least he... It'll be a long while before we can spell stutter the Mulldrifter, sir. Though one counterspell will be really troublesome for us. But here we go. Days, anything can stop this Mulldrifter. And if it's stopped, we're in trouble. But it isn't. And there's Foresee. Have we gotten started now? Is the party on? Maybe it is on. Next turn, Foresee. A card that I am skeptical about, but everybody says it's good. Some people play a lot of Foresees. Flicker. But it's a flicker that will get spell stuttered immediately. So now it's time for Foresee. And you can't spell stutter that, sir. Did you draw normal counterspell? That's just cute. But that means that I can snap something and then flicker something else. Is that useful even? Snapping the Mulldrifter now allows him to attack. Looks really bad. I get it on trap 3. I can flicker Mulldrifter. I get 2 cards for 2 cards. It's just not worth it. Oh, deep analysis. That's what I should have been doing. My god, I always forget about deep analysis. But this is good training to not forget about flashback cards. So, why not play that? That's nice. And here we have another Mulldrifter, because we can't play the Nightscape Familiar because he will be countered. But, as I said, Delver loses to Mulldrifters. Is this the second counterspell, sir? Or do you have days? If you have days, oh, you better think twice about that. If he has days, I'm surprised. I absolutely didn't count on that. And that's it for this turn. But now I'm gonna start doing broken stuff. And soon I'm gonna just sacrifice something to that. Okay, that's a lot of cards for me. Very nice. So what is it that I don't need from my hand? I need Flicker, I need a Familiar, it must be the Compulsive Research actually. So, flickering, echoing truthing my Mulldrifter. What is echoing truth even doing in that deck? Still. A ninja. Yeah, it's a lot of work for one card. Still think I can outdraw him pretty well. Oh, he's tapping out. No, he's not. Sorry. Of course not. I'm just getting way too excited when I see all his lands gone. It's another Cloud of Faeries, perhaps. Okay, can we force now the... okay, we need to play... I think actually our first play is Mulldrifter. For defensive purposes. And then we play that thing. And then we only have 2 mana left. And we know that he will spell stutter anything we play here. So maybe we should let him do that. Maybe we should just sacrifice something. And the familiar is the critical card we really need to play. So he absolutely has to count this. And that's why we are playing it now. Yes. So we got rid of the spell stutter. We have a blocker for the ninja. And we could possibly have a very devastating turn next turn. Because if we play the Nightscape Familiar, we can then start going with Archaeomancer and Flicker. But we need a spell status sprite in play for that to work. We don't have that. We do have Snap, so we can, even if we play the Nightscape Familiar, we can set up a turn with a lot of mana. Yeah, feel free to gush. Though we are taking 5 points of damage this turn. So next turn we will be dead. So maybe he can counter himself out of this, even though we fissured him. Snap is just a super powerful card next turn. So we'll hope it gets through. Then I take 7. So the plan is Nightscape Familiar, Snap. So Nightscape Familiar. That didn't work. That means that we... Oh well, that... No, doesn't work at all. Okay, he's countered. And then we snap something. Possibly Spire Golem. Like that. Okay, we have 5/8 mana, and we need to play Temporal Fissure. So yeah, we have to do that. So Seagate Oracle is our last play this turn. Though we can play this land, and then we have 6 mana, but 6 mana doesn't do much here. So it's just Temporal Fissure on that thing. How many things do we get to bounce now? We get to bounce that thing, that thing, that thing, and that thing. Are we even still alive? Yes, we are. Barely. But it doesn't look very good, does it? Oh wait, Archaeomancer. No, we can't flicker him twice. Hmm. Yeah. Ah, we're dead. I'm sure I misplayed that somehow. Okay, on to the third game. And this is why I don't dare play Familiar Storm in tournaments yet. I'm just not yet familiar enough with the deck, and I do stupid mistakes. But I try to convey to you how I'm thinking, so you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Here we have two familiars, of which we can only use one. We have Cloud of Faeries, we have some mana. I think I'm gonna keep this. And I think one of the main errors I'm doing here is mulliganing way too non-aggressively. But it's Sunscape Familiar next turn and then start looking for lands. And I should find some lands. That was a nice land to find. So now I can have double familiar. And that is definitely what I'm going for here. And playing Cloud of Faeries. So now I'm under risk of being countered. But that's not the end of the world, is it? But I didn't get countered, so now spells are almost free. So I'm untapping blue and black randomly. So now I can cast something for 4, and I think that thing must be Oracle. Snap or Fissure. I want both, but I'm picking up Fissure here. Though I don't see it being cast quite soon. Think twice. I am gonna trade the Cloud of Faeries here. That might very well be wrong. And I have only 11 minutes left, so I need a lot of practice to be able to play this game in a real tournament. So we are compulsive researching for 1 mana. Feels like Ancestral Recall. That's not okay. So well done, we are attacking. And there's been 3 spells cast, right? So we can now Fissure his board. And that's got to be useful. Oh, it obviously was. So, thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat playing Temporal Fissure Familiar Storm against Delver. And I think his concession here at the end was quite premature. I had 1 card left, but I had the engine in place, so any card draw could get me started. So maybe it wasn't. He has probably played this matchup more than I have, because this was the first time I did it.